Hey everybody, welcome to the Dollar Vigilante, helping you to survive and prosper during and after the dollar collapse. I'm with Joby Weeks. I don't know if I've ever had you on this channel, but I've had you on Anarcast numerous times.
Sure.
Good friend of mine and Luke's, and we've been traveling around. We've been in about 10 countries in the last 10 days, I believe. We just invaded Epstein's Island.
Yeah.
You brought your daughter to do that. That's pretty, yeah, pretty wild. You've been very involved in the crypto space for a long time. I've known you so much through that stuff, and you're doing so many things in crypto, but you're now getting a lot into the cannabis space, but very tied in with crypto, which I really like. This is so anarchist sort of things to be investing in, right? And I think the opportunities, from what I've seen from the cannabis space, when you look at the numbers of what you can make, it's like massive amounts. Like, when do you ever make all your money back on an investment in a year or so? That's about what it looks like. We'll get into the numbers, but incredible. And you're tying it all in with crypto as well. And of course, we are nearing the end of this war on drugs, at least as far as cannabis is concerned. So you have this probably $1 trillion industry that now is just opened up. And some of the ways to invest are to invest in like public companies on a stock market. But I think from what I've seen, investing directly is a lot more lucrative. So we're going to get into all that. So it's called We Grow For You. You can check it out at dollarvigilante.com/WeGrowForYou. And tell us about this business. What is it all about?
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me on. Hello, everybody. Joby Weeks here. And yes, we've been enjoying this trip. It was my daughter's first birthday, Stephanie's birthday. I'm not going to say how old she is, but my daughter was born on the 22nd. She was born on the 25th, and tomorrow is our 10-year anniversary. So I don't know about you guys, but I like to bring my friends along on my 10-year anniversary trips. Go do exciting adventures. Anyways, yeah. So last we were chatting about was mining Bitcoin, and Bitcoin went from, when we started mining, $200, $400, $1,000, $10,000, $15,000, hit $20,000, and everybody was so excited. And just making so much money. And then it went from 20,000 to 10,000 to 5,000 to 3,000, and half all the businesses went out of business.
A lot of miners
this
shut
year
down.
was like the worst year for mining. And of course, the SEC comes out and says that cloud mining is a security. So BitClub, which was the organization we were promoting, ended up making everybody do KYC and not allowing any of the Americans to participate anymore. It's really sad that America used to be the land of the free, and we had all this opportunity, and now all over the world, all these exchanges and miners, etc., are all banning Americans from participating. And so it's almost necessary to get another passport just so you can set up a bank account somewhere or join something that the SEC, the U.S. government, doesn't want you to join as an American. You can join as a Mexican or a Canadian or a St. Kittian.
North Korean, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Only American.
Right? That's like so sad. So anyways, I've been watching the cannabis boom. I'm from Colorado, and we legalized cannabis first. We were the first state in all of America
And you were
to do
involved
it.
in that.
Prop 64, we
We're
called
going
it.
to have that guy speaking in Acapulco who was also very involved.
Yeah, Michael Bowman's coming to Acapulco. You're going to love this guy, huge hemp hero, good friend. And so Colorado legalized it, and I got into the cannabis business early. I started a farm. It was a THC grow farm, and it failed, and I started another one, it failed. I started another one, it failed. And I was like, how hard can this be? It's weed. All it needs is sunlight and water. It's a weed. It grows everywhere, right? But it's not as easy as you think. And so I switched from THC to CBD, the hemp, and it's working. And so I guess my farmers were just stoners or something, and like I couldn't pull it off on the THC side. But the hemp side is really exciting because it's legal all over the world, everywhere. CBD, and you can make a million things from hemp. Hemp hats and shoes and hemp milk and hemp bars and hemp proteins and hemp ethanol to drive your tractor that produces hemp. Like the whole thing is like a circular economy, if you will. So hemp is a very exciting project and product. You can build hemp houses with it, and it's profitable. Right now, if you grow a plant, each plant produces around a pound of flour or biomass. If you're selling the biomass, it's about $40 a pound. If you're selling it as flour, smokable flour, it's around $400 a pound. And if you turn that flour into joints, you actually physically roll joints, you can sell that pound for $4,000 a pound. So it's like that analogy with the block of iron. A block of iron's $5. If you turn it into nails, you can get $25 for it. And if you turn it into springs for the watch, you're going to get $2,500 for that same block of iron. So, I mean, with cannabis, people are compressing it into oil, and that CBD oil is going for $50 a gram. So the margins are huge, and so that's what we're doing now. And the problem with setting up a hemp farm, it costs millions of dollars. You got to buy the land, you got to have water rights and permits to drill the wells, and permits, government, to build the greenhouses, and hiring the farmers and getting the right strains and genetics and putting out the irrigation and tractors, all this stuff. It's very expensive to do that, and not a lot of people out there can afford the money and the time to put together their own hemp farm. And so it's been frustrating for me, because I know a lot of people, all my friends, they're out there seeing these booms. Bitcoin's going to the moon now. It's back to 10,000, thank God. Bitcoin's going to the moon, and now this cannabis boom, just in the US, it's $1 billion for CBD. It's projected to be $22 billion in the next 5 years. It's going like this. And a lot of people are working jobs, they're trading time for money, they're raising their families, making mortgage payments and insurance and car payments, and getting home, and they're exhausted, and they're running this rat race, and they don't have that disposable income to start their own hemp farm. And the only other way they could participate is to go and buy a stock on the Canadian exchange, which are all these pump and dump stocks. A lot of them are scams. Yeah. A lot of people are losing a lot of money. It's not right. And if you think about 7 billion people on planet Earth, I mean, how many of those 7 billion people have a brokerage account and can buy stock on the Toronto Exchange? I mean, maybe 500 million, not even, maybe 200 million, right? So what about the other 6 billion people out there that are seeing this thing take off, and they have no way of being able to participate, right? So we decided to let them participate and do it with crypto. And so how that works is anybody anywhere on Earth can set up a Bitcoin wallet, and instead of buying a stock or security, which is very exclusive, we want inclusive, conscious capitalism where everybody can be involved. So instead of selling a stock or a security on the exchange, we'll actually sell a physical hemp plant. So you can just buy 1 plant or 10 plants or 100 plants, however many plants you want, and you just buy the plant, and then you just JV. We have a platform, and you JV with the farmers that load their plants to the platform. So far we've got a farm in Switzerland, we've got one in Macedonia, I'm loading the Colorado one onto the platform, etc. So all these farmers can load their plants to the platform, and then guys like us could go buy 10 plants, and then every time there's a harvest, every 2 to 3 months, you chop the plant down, you do a 50-50 split with the farmer. He gets 50%. You got to have the farmer to have some skin in the game, right? To make it a good crop. So he gets 50%, and then you, the owner of the plant, gets the other 50%. And then 2 to 3 months later, chop the plant, 50-50 split. 3 months later, chop the plant, harvest. So it's like buying the goose that lays the golden egg instead of buying a bunch of eggs, right? Bitcoin is the egg. That's what we're always saying with mining Bitcoin. You can buy eggs. Next week you're buying eggs. Next month you still have to buy eggs. Or you can buy the goose that lays the golden egg. Before it was mining crypto, but I think growing crypto with cannabis is actually smarter than mining it. That's my epiphany over the last 4 or 5 years of mining. This last year was a bloodbath. It was awful. So I'm moving from mining into growing it with cannabis because this boom is happening, and it's like medicine. You can Google CBD and cancer, or CBD and arthritis, or seizures, or epilepsy, or all this stuff, and you can see amazing medical studies. In fact, we'll post a list here of all the beneficial things that cannabis can do in terms of your health and well-being. And so I feel like we're kind of sticking it to the pharmaceutical cartel, the banking cartel, and opening up the opportunity for everyone everywhere using crypto. So you buy a cannabis plant with Bitcoin, and then every 3 months that you have a harvest, you get paid back out in Bitcoin. So you're growing your crypto, if you will.
That's great. I love that.
Is that cool?
Yeah, I do. I really like it. And so let's talk about like specifics. So a person out there might not have a ton of money. Maybe they got $1,000 extra bucks, and they're like, I want to start, creating wealth. I don't want to just keep in this, paying my bills. I want to start building some wealth. So what would a person, if they go to dollarvigilante.com/wegrowforyou, and they just have, let's say, $100 or $1,000, like what would be the process, and what could they expect from it?
So basically, you go on, make sure you have some Bitcoin. You can also pay with a wire if you want. The bank, I'm trying to get the guys. The guys are out of Switzerland, so you can go on the website, read about who the founders are. I know them; they're friends of mine. I trust them. I think they're trying to be as transparent as possible. They got a camera on the grow. You can actually see your plant being grown. You can go and take delivery of your plant if you want. You can go to Switzerland, walk in, say, I want my plant, and basically you get a tray that's serial numbered to you, and in that tray is where you grow your plants, right? Because you have to chop the plant every 2 to 3 months, and you put a seed in, it grows another plant, and you chop it, put the seed in, it grows. So that tray is yours, serial number to you, and then the plants are 500 euros a plant, okay? And then, if you get 6 harvests a year, 5 or 6 harvests a year, it's all indoor grow, so throughout the winter and stuff, you can still make money, whereas a lot of these grows are outdoor grows, and they only go from April to October, and then during the winter there's snow. You can't. That's why the Caribbean, where we're at, is great, because you can have 24/7 outdoor grows here, whereas in Switzerland and Colorado you have to have a greenhouse. So you would buy a plant for 500 euros. Out of that 500 euros, 100 euros is paid out in commissions. So we created an affiliate program, so people in Uganda and Somalia and Argentina, the people that are broke, that don't have any money whatsoever, they can't buy a plant, they don't have $500, they can still join for free. And there's no monthly fees or anything like that. But when you join, it takes 30 seconds, you get an affiliate link tied to you, and then you can spam that out on YouTube and Facebook and whatever, and say some Ugandan dude has his link and he sends it, and his buddy in Sweden clicks the link and buys a plant. The Ugandan guy makes a commission. We pay out 10% commission off the top of that, so he would make $50. So it's a way for him to earn money selling and helping us crowdfund the hemp farm, and then he'll build up his commissions enough to where he can start buying his own plants and then participating in the harvest as well. So
yeah.
For people with no money, they can join.
Yeah, we didn't even get into some of the details, but that's very interesting. So for a lot of people out there, I hear from a lot of people, I don't have much money. Well, just go to dollarvigilante.com/WeGrowForYou, sign up, get your referral link, I guess it is, right?
Yep.
And this go on if you got like 100 people following you on Facebook, or 1,000, who knows, or you go in some forums and you just post it and say, here, look at this investment opportunity. When people invest, you'll make some money. That's incredible.
Yes, and a big thing, and for Americans specifically, is instead of saying you're investing, you're actually buying a product or a service, which is cannabis itself. It's not an investment in terms of what the SEC calls an investment, because get paid out commissions, you need to be a licensed broker dealer selling a security, right? So we're not doing that. We're not doing investments. We're selling cannabis plants. You're an actual owner. You can take delivery. It's a product, and because it's a product, you can pay commissions out. So $100 out of that 500 is paid out in commissions. And then let's say Jeff sells me a plant, so he made his $50, his 10% commission. Now every time that I have a harvest, Jeff gets a small little piece of my harvest since he referred me. So it's got that ongoing passive residual income too for cannabis. So it's like bringing the internet together with crypto, with MLM, with the cannabis boom. And all coming together in the perfect storm right now. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's great. So let's say if someone they buy a plant, they're not investing.
Yep.
And by the way, there's no investment advice on this channel.
Yeah, you could lose all your money. They could ban cannabis tomorrow. Who knows? Right now they're allowing Americans to participate, but 6 months down the road, maybe the lawyers are going to get scared and they're going to say, well, the SEC says that the cannabis plant is a security, and if they do that, they who knows, they might ban Americans from joining, which is kind of the sense of urgency, like, get in now, get grandfathered into the thing, because if they ever do come down and say, no, Americans can't participate in this either, then at least you got a couple plants before they close the door on you.
Yeah, absolutely. So for a person and that's good you point out some risks. There's definitely risk to everything, right? And you pointed out the government risk, that's usually the biggest risk. There's also, there could be a flood or something.
Or fire, or hailstorm.
There's obviously risks, and do your due diligence. I'm not saying you should go do this. I'm saying here's some information. Go check it out for yourself. But let's just go to the numbers. So if a person puts in 500 euros, there's going to be 5 or 6 harvests a year, you said. What can they kind of expect back as a return from their buying of the plant?
Well, I mean, if the oil stays at $50 a gram, which next year that might only be $30 a gram. I wish I could read the future, but today's numbers, let's say you're making $50, $50 to $75 a harvest. Call it 50 to be conservative. Times 6, that would be $300 a year. So you throw down $500. And then you start making $300 a year after year after year after year. It's not a bad investment. I don't know what it is, about 50%, 60%.
Yeah. So right
ROI.
now, with current market prices and the current state of affairs, you could expect to get basically what you put in back in about a year and a half or so. And then does this just keep going after that?
Forever and ever and ever. So far,
going?
there's no expiration. I told the guys, like, look, what if 10 years or something, or 15 years down the road, you want to sell the deal? How are you going to chop that all up if you just sell the entire hemp farm or go public, on some stock exchange or something? And they're like, well, we have no intention of doing that at the moment. So right now, there is no end to the contract. Whereas like with Bit Club, you could mine and it was a 1,000-day contract, and after the 1,000 days, the contract was over, and whatever you made that's what you made. Whereas with this is meant to go on forever and ever and ever. Because look, a seed only costs $1. If they're selling it for $500, they're keeping $400 because $100's paid out. So it's not going to be hard for them to keep putting more seeds in because they're still getting the 50-50 split. So the money is still good for the farmer to continue doing this year after year after year after year. And, of course, it's covering all of his expenses. The electric bill is not cheap in these grows with the lights. They're $1,000 lights and stuff like this. So, I mean, they do have expenses. But I think the money is there for everybody to win and to keep this thing perpetually going for a long time. I hope forever, but you never know.
Well, nothing lasts forever.
But you know what? It's simple.
Yeah.
Plants grow, sunlight, medicine, it grows again. And the plants, I envision this being the largest distributed and decentralized hemp farm in the world. Like acres here and there and there. Imagine having a little farm in all the countries of the world. Even the people that are living in countries now or states where it's illegal, this is their opportunity. They can now make money. I mean, even in Idaho, cannabis is still illegal. So those people are missing out on this green boom, the green rush or gold rush or whatever in California and Colorado and other states. Well, now the people sitting in Iowa can build an internet business selling hemp plants from Switzerland and still make money on this boom without even leaving the comfort of their home in Iowa, which is going to probably take 50 years for Iowa to get around to legalizing it. Not Iowa, but same thing. It's illegal in Iowa too. But Idaho, they're all betting which state's going to be the last state to legalize it. And who knows?
Yeah, very interesting. I really like it. I'm going to be investing some myself. You just told me about it a few weeks ago, so I've been on this crazy trip. Getting on Epstein Island, that was pretty crazy. So I haven't had the time, but when I get back to my home office, I'm definitely going to put some money in and just see how it goes. And
I bought 10 plants myself just to test it out, and I referred a couple people. On my first Facebook post, I posted it, 539 people clicked the link. Out of the 539 that clicked it and watched the video and stuff, 140 of them set up free accounts. And out of that 140 people that set up free accounts, they shared it to their Facebook wall and all that. And all of a sudden, I noticed I've got over 2,000 people in the network. On one post, 2,000 people now have accounts. And out of that, about 300 plants were purchased. So, I've made my money back for my 10 plants. I think I spent, around $5,000 or something. It's in euros, so it's about, call it 5,500.
10 plants would be 5,000 euros, and you got 35 people sign up and buy. So you almost already made your.
I've made my money back because it pays several levels. You get the 10% on the one and like 2% on the next level, a percent or something like that. So there is an incentive for you to build a network, build a team. Tell your friends, hey, buy some plants. Spam it out to your friends. Tell them to buy a couple friends, and just repeat. 3, tell 3, tell 3, tell 3, tell 3. Pretty soon you got thousands of people, and everybody's got a couple plants, and everybody's making money. That's the idea.
So that's a good idea, actually. So go sign up, get your referral code, and then share this video on your Facebook walls and stuff, and say, guys, here's the link, and give them your referral link. That's all you got to do. If you've got even a few hundred friends, who knows? You might get 5 people sign up.
It's pretty exciting to see it grow, and some people go crazy. Luke the other day posted his video, and you had about 200 people join right through your link already too. So I don't know how many plants were purchased. No one makes any money if no plants are being purchased. So just set up a free account is good, but people play follow the leader. And they do what you do. If you bought one plant, they'll probably just come in and buy one plant. If you bought 10 plants, they'll be like, oh, okay, I'll buy 10. Okay, let's do it. Some people are dropping big money and buying 100 plants at a time. So it all depends on what your risk threshold is, because there's always a risk in everything.
Yeah, absolutely. So that sounds great. I'll have the link down below, dollarvigilante.com/wegrow4you.
Yep.
And yeah, I guess we'll leave it at that. Is there anything we didn't talk about that you think is important?
Everything. I mean,
Yeah.
life is awesome. We've been having this amazing trip all around these islands, and we encourage you guys to come check out the Caribbean. There's a lot of hidden gems here, and of course, watch the video of these guys storming Epstein Island when that comes out too.
Yeah, that'll be on Luke's We Are Change channel. We'll definitely make sure to link it. And all
Jeff
that.
actually ran faster and longer than Luke, and he smokes a pack of cigarettes a day. And Luke's like, Jeff. So
I also go to the gym all the time too, so that helps.
I was investigating other stuff.
Yeah, sure you
I
were.
wasn't running the whole time.
it was funny. It was funny. Golf cart people chasing them and stuff.
Yeah, so you're also, well, Luke's going to be speaking in Acapulco. You're going to speak in Cryptopulco. And maybe you can even do a little talk on this.
Yeah, we can put a booth up there,
Yeah.
and then you guys maybe bring some plants down and show you what a hemp plant looks like.
Yeah, so Joby will be there. He'll probably do something. So if you're interested in this, but you're like not sure, you want to meet someone or talk to them or that sort of a thing, Joby will be in Acapulco, and that's coming up February 13th to 16th in Acapulco. We haven't even announced some of the biggest speakers yet, so get ready.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Cool. We'll leave it at that. Please like, subscribe, share, and like I said, why don't you get that link and share this video? It's that easy. That's it's not that hard to make money, but people just.
If you want to be a perpetual traveler, you got to figure out ways of making money online while you're continuing to travel. So that's what we're figuring out how to do ourselves, and we encourage you to join us.
Yeah, it's been a bit of an expensive trip, so we're also quite happy. Bitcoin went up about 30% yesterday.
Yeah.
For
Stephanie's birthday.
Yeah, and I think we swarmed Epstein Island on her birthday, didn't we? Or was that the day before? I can't even keep track. Oh, is it like Liberty's birthday before that? Oh, man. Anyway, like, subscribe, share down below. That's it for the Dollar Vigilante, helping you to survive and prosper during and after the dollar collapse.
Cheers, guys.
And Acapulco is so hype, I'm trying to tell ya. This the event of the year and best vacation ever. Ron Potter, Jeffrey Tucker, just to name a few. Get your tickets, you don't want to miss it. You should roll through. Talking politics to health and self-improvement to invest in. So many things, not one thing. Learn how to live life unchained, yeah. 4 days vibing on the beach, time to connect. All about growth, way more than a conference. This is Acapulco, yeah. Let's go.
You ain't seen nothing yet.